Hello boys and girls, I'm going to review the buffet Wicked Spoon at Cosmopolitan. Now, I'm going to tell you why, I'm going to tell you immediately why I said that this is the worst value buffet on the Strip and beyond. I think it's definitely the worst value buffet in Vegas that I have tried, and I have tried many. There could be one that's worse that I haven't tried, but I've tried all of them on the Strip and many of them beyond the Strip. First of all, where do I start? First of all, they have a 1.5 hours only time that you can stay here, and that's not even the worst part. Second, you have to pay, listen, you have to pay for sparkling water, okay? Otherwise you get this sort of like water that I don't know where it comes from. I'm gonna try it again and let you know. It's just still water. I don't know if it's tap water or tap water with some filter, but I will try and let you know. I'll try it again. The other worst thing about this buffet is that the price is so high. This is brunch. In fact, it's brunch and I'm about to go into dinner. It's $49, $50, $50, and for that you don't even have your self-serve drinks. You have to beg for drinks, and it's really hard. I used to have really nice servers here. They used to be really well taken care of, but this time my server was just hoping that I wasn't here. I think she just saw one person and she thought that maybe I wasn't going to tip her a lot. But that's not true. I actually tip very well if the servers are nice and attentive, you know. I don't know if they're too busy. I don't know what the excuse is. But the point is that for $50 per person, it doesn't even have free alcohol. It doesn't have anything. And in terms of stations, they're small. And I thought that maybe they would be gourmet, and the attempt is that the stations be gourmet, but the actual outcome is quite a different story. So if you have $50 to throw away and you can't be bothered to do it anywhere else, by all means come here. If you just want to try it, it looks good, doesn't it? It looks like it could be a really good buffet, and I think some dishes are well prepared. But in terms of what's available, there's practically nothing compared with what you can have, say, at Aria. And Aria is cheaper, okay? Aria is cheaper and is just around the corner. Bacchanal is similar price, but at least Bacchanal has got impeccable service and really a different experience. And they have more expensive dishes, no doubt about that. So Bellagio, they have nice service and they have more dishes than here, and it's not as expensive as here. Studio B is by far the best, but I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna double check on this trip because, you know, when you're the best, you might lose your throne for one reason or the other. I'm going to check that. And anyway, Studio B has such a huge amount of stations and variety, and the service even is good, that it really, there's no comparison. This is definitely the worst buffet experience I have had in Las Vegas. And if you pay $50, it's almost an insult. I am shocked at how many people are eating here. I don't think many people know any better. Many of them are first-timers. Some of them have some loyalty points program built with Cosmopolitan, I presume. This is also a holiday time, and that means that people are just going to eat wherever, whenever, because they have a packed schedule. I really, really dislike this buffet. So having said this, I'm going to show you the stations, and I'm going to let you decide what you think, okay? You may have a different opinion, but really, even if, let's pretend that every single station of these very few stations were good, which is not, even if they were the best stations that you can think of, it would still be terrible value for your price, okay? So let's just go and show you. So I want to wrap up. My server was a lady who terribly, I really don't think she wants to be here. That just wasn't a good start. Anyway, but otherwise in the past I had good servers, not this time. As I said, it's the end of December 2017, so we're practically in 2018. So you get the holiday crowd. And holiday crowds are usually a lot more forgiving, I think. Though I've talked to a lot of people, and usually the consensus is that it's just not, it's too expensive for what it is. But you know, one thing that I think is good is this deli section. So the salami and the capicola, which they say it's hot, but it isn't hot. It's actually not spicy at all. It's just a regular capicola. It looks spicy, but it isn't. Dijon mustard and all the same, you know, dressings for a deli meat section. And as I say, the salami was good. So, you know, eat a lot of that. Then you have a terrible failure of some sort of, I don't know, gourmet salad section. This, the beet salad was good. I mean, good. It was okay. I eat a lot of vegetables, so my tolerance level is higher than most. This one was a failure. I mean, it's just going down because there's nothing else if you want a salad. It's like raisins and lettuce and some sort of sweet. I mean, I know the attempt is to make it high-end, but it isn't. It's just a failure, in my opinion. This is a cold cauliflower in curry imitation sauce. Nothing to it, except for you're desperate because there's nothing healthy. Nothing else that's healthy here. You've got a really terrible hummus. It's got some acidy flavor that I didn't like at all. Kale salad. What can I say? I've had better kale salad elsewhere. We got these square plates, which are cute. Square plates. Then you have this vegetable crudité, basically raw vegetables. What can I say? Raw vegetables. I don't know. It looks terrible to me, but some of you may like it. Now this is another failure. This Caesar salad and Parmesan. I mean, the seasoning is stuck at the bottom. There is no way you can get it. And anyway, the salad was nothing special. I don't understand this. I don't understand it. It wasn't even ready-made, as I say. The seasoning's at the bottom. I just have no words, actually. Cranberry apple. Now, yes, this is the only good thing, the juices. However, in my opinion, and I couldn't ask anybody because they're all rushed off their feet, cranberry apple, and you know what? This is going to be a grumpy review. All right, when I think I'm in a buffet that is too expensive for what it is, and they're trying to be pretentiously gourmet, and they're failing miserably, and people, in my opinion, are duped, compared with what else is out there. I mean, compared with what else is out there in Las Vegas. You cannot compare this with whatever you've got at home. It wouldn't be fair. But you can compare it with whatever else you've got in Las Vegas, and this one is a terrible failure. Now, cranberry apple, yes, it's a nice idea. I believe it tastes too sweet. I think, but I don't have any proof. I think that there is sugar added or some sort of syrup. I didn't like it, it was too sweet, but since everything else is for sale, I drank a lot of it. Fruit, apples, well, at least you've got some pears. At least you've got some pears. Because there's nothing else that's handy, that it's actually healthy. Now, this is a changeover, so I'm going to show you what we have for lunch, and then I'm going to show you what we'll have for dinner. Probably going to do another round. This is it, you know. Many stations are poorly attended as well. Like, what is this? What is this? It's been like this since I got here. Now here they're taking away, because it's brunch, and brunch, this is holiday season, so brunch is until 3, and then you've got dinner from 3. And the prices are abysmal. $49 including taxes. $49, $50 for brunch, and $55 and change, $56 for dinner. French toast, and then here you had gingerbread pancakes. And here they're changing over, so I'll let you know. It was just some breakfast flavorings. It looks like they're bringing out crab legs. Okay, let me continue. This is some bread, which again has been badly managed. I've seen better bread at Rio, I believe. No. Planet Hollywood, which is probably, well, no, probably, it's half the price. Although, you know my review of Planet Hollywood. I think they're cutting corners in some areas. Okay, creamy, they say creamy tomato and basil, creamy tomato and basil, and it is. Before you had what looked like a chicken soup, and this is New England clam chowder. Now the New England clam chowder, I'm going to have the tomato soup and let you know. The New England clam chowder was actually well cooked. It was heavy but well made. Not too heavy actually. These are, the cheese assortments, nice cheeses. And now I'm going to go, I'll come back and show you when they fill up this section here. Now, when I said $50, I meant brunch, okay? Now it's getting changed into dinner, and the price is $54 plus tax. So what it comes out to, what, $58? Almost $60. And so for that, you're gonna have a little bit of seafood scattered around. I'll show you. I can't wait to see if there's anything better than what I had so far. Here you have spinach. You have these little plates here. They look fancy and gourmet, but really, I think they're very good at giving you the impression that this is a gourmet place. And I think people buy it. Of course, it looks better like this than it is like in a big tray. This is a very popular section. It was the same for lunch. It's ossobuco, bone marrow with oxtail. It's incredible how many people like this. But you can find this in many other buffets. This is angry mac and cheese. And I'll show you the rotisserie, which stays the same. Brunch and dinner stays the same. Okay, I'm going to the next section. Here you have, I'll come over. This is fried chicken. And this is chicken and beef, okay? You had pork on the other side, this is chicken and beef. It's fine, there's nothing wrong with it, the texture, flavor is fine. My point is that you can find this somewhere else for a lower price. And the service, my God. Truffle mash, okay, nothing special. I don't know why they call it truffle mash, because it was just mash, and it wasn't even the best mash I've had. Roasted autumn veggies with herb glaze. It looks like tofu to me. And then you have caramelized Brussels, apple and bacon. Another very strange way of making things, but it was okay. But it wasn't really gourmet. I think gourmet is the price. The price is gourmet. Broccolini in a chicken sauce. You've got short pasta alla matriciana. It's quite overcooked. I mean, this one was good. Okay, I've got to give credit where credit is due. This Lobster Cavatelli, which is like short pasta in a lobster sauce. Very creamy, but it tasted good. Banana squash and pasta. Kind of like spaghetti, but they're not spaghetti, they have a hole in the middle, bucatini. Then you've got other short pasta with sausage, asparagus, and white sauce. No, it was fine, but if all you can have is the cheap, because they're cheap to make, pasta dishes, then really, your money is not really well spent here. You got an okay pizza station. When I actually, for lunch, they actually had a nice calzone, which is like rolled pizza with inside, it's just like like a burrito, but it's not a burrito, it's a calzone. And that was nice. The rest is nothing special. Here, eggplant parmesan. No, well, this is nothing. This is not what they're saying it is. No, this is not it. This is a truffle tartufo, because I had it. Truffle tartufo rice. So it's actually quite delicately prepared, so yes, it's a bit of a fancy flavor, a quiet flavor taste, but it is nice, very heavy. I'm gonna show you a little bit of a... Okay, here they had this section for lunch as well, so nothing's changed here. What's changed, what's going to be different is what I showed you at the beginning, and I'm gonna go back in a minute. Here you've got your steamed crabs, and in my opinion these are very small and you have to open them yourself, though I think you can get the meat from the heads, the cracked heads, and they had this for lunch as well, but I've seen much better. I believe that you can get much better for lunch, say at Aria, if you are into crab and seafood, than here, and you pay less. You pay less. Now another I don't get it at all station in that it looked good, right? I mean, this is the sushi. Again, you'll be hard pressed to find something that's well manned, and they keep changing it. Now the spicy tuna roll, I had it before and it wasn't good, but this one looks a little bit better, so I'm gonna try it and let you know. And then there's the California roll and veggie cucumber, veggie maki cucumber. Yes, they looked better today, I don't know. But you know, it's not just what it looks like, it's what it tastes like. So garlic, you know, vegetables in garlic oyster sauce. You've got pork. And you have vegetable fried rice, nothing special at all. And then you've got these vegetable, you know, usually they have meat or shrimp, but these are vegetable. And you have a very nice hoisin sauce. Actually, that's the one thing I like. Hoisin sauce is not easy to find, though I thought that you would have this sauce with duck, but I don't see duck. Anyway, hoisin sauce, it was actually quite lovely. I mean, I have to give credit where credit is due. And then here you've got this soup, oxtail paw. See? You have the soup, the broth, and then you add things. Oxtail. Not that much variety. I mean, if you can go to, say you can go to Bacchanal and they have various options. You can go to even Aria. They don't have made to order, but they have ready-made options there that are more than this. This is very poor in my opinion. Again, thinking of the price. And then you add this. But the stations are so few that people are struggling, you know, like as if this was the last dinner or the last supper. Completely unimpressed. Now I'm going to show you the dessert section, and then I'm going to go back to the other section at the beginning to see what they brought for dinner. The dessert does not inspire me at all. Say for example, the way that it inspires me at Wynn, or the way that it inspires me at, well, even Rio actually. What a really good Bacchanal is absolutely delightful. Bacchanal has got, must have the best dessert section, but you pay for it, of course. But you know, Bacchanal is a place that, and I always moan about Bacchanal because it's expensive, but at least you get what you pay for. You may not be able to eat it all. Here you've got gelato, which is nice, I suppose. At least you got gelato, which is like, for you, for those who don't know, I mean, everybody knows. It's a healthier ice cream type. Very nice flavors. You've got pistachio, you know, different flavors, sorbet, fruit flavors, and then the traditional ones as well. So, you know, the one thing, I have to be honest, one thing that I liked about this buffet, I mean, is candy cane. I'm going to go through it again, just in case, as I show you. Now, these ones were nice. What I have to say is that I don't know if they make these in-house. I don't know. But these ones were very nice. Some of these desserts taste like they have, none of them taste like they've been made in-house, but I think that the supplier is at least a good quality supplier, okay? These are just display. White chocolate mousse cone, coconut macaroon, I'm gonna help myself with one because I didn't have this. So I want to tell you, I wonder if they have a slightly better dessert section than average. Nothing special. Peach cobbler, bread pudding, I know many of you like the little tiny dishes and they are cute, aren't they? But again, the bread pudding, if you're into this, the best one is at Mirage, hands down. They have their own recipe, they make them in-house and you can tell. Vegan coconut tapioca and mango. Yeah, well, the only vegan thing here. Gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. Gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. That's something. Gluten-free chocolate cupcake. Gluten-free, okay? And sugar-free chocolate mousse. Sugar-free chocolate mousse. So there is something for those who are watching who have been more delicate. Cheesecake, chocolate cheesecake, carrot cake. I would say that the dessert section here, I'm thinking as I'm showing you and going by after when I tasted the things that I tasted, is above average, okay? It's not a bad dessert section. It's a good dessert section. I don't think that anything is particularly made in-house or particularly outstanding. I do have a section on top-buffet.com in which I talk about the best buffets in Vegas if you are a dessert lover. Check that out. But it's good enough. It's good enough, okay? It's a good dessert section, but you need to have more than this to warrant the incredibly high price. For these high prices, I expect a self-serve, high-end coffee area like as they have at Treasure Island. They don't have it here, and they could. Look at this section. It's completely empty and it's meaningless. They have a lot of space for what I think they should have. Definitely some high-end self-serve coffee, some high-end self-serve drinks. They don't have any of that because they want you to pay for things, and I find that very tacky. I don't think I'll be checking in here anytime soon, only for reviewing purposes. At check-in they were very nice, but there was something there. I felt that they were I don't know. I'll tell you on top-buffet.com. Let's stick to the food. So yeah, I mean, this is it. I'm gonna go to the area that I showed you at the beginning to see whether it has improved. Here you've got, I didn't show you earlier, mussels with Thai chili. Goes in a second, but it sat there for a while without being filled. But I mean, look at it. It's not that busy, right? I mean, it's busy, but have you been to Aria? Did you see my Aria review at the day after Christmas? Wow, that was busy. Okay, so let's just go and see what they have brought out. I gotta be quick because, you know, they kick you out after an hour and a half, which I think it's the worst part. Believe me, you don't need that much time here because there's not much to eat, in my opinion. But I don't like the fact that you can't even sit down and just feel sorry for yourself for the money you've spent for no reason. You can't do that. They just don't let you do that, okay? And so let's see. It's this is a little bit of a, okay, ooh, I can see. You see where the people line up? Well, that's got to be the seafood. Let's see. Here they have some made to order. See? Made to order. I'll show you when people think that I'm barging in, but I'm not. Seafood station, scampi or bouillabaisse. Sorry guys. And this is what you basically add. I've seen it out in other places, but you know, it gives you the impression that it is gourmet, and clearly for dinner you have more value for money because of the seafood that you don't have for lunch. In fact, I don't know, brunch, I really would not recommend it. It's just zero value for money. This is dinner. but it's more expensive too. I mean, it has, so as I say, almost $60 if you consider taxes. Almost. And then here, what have they brought out? Oh well, now I'm gonna have these pork tacos. What a shame that it's pork, because I actually like my fish tacos. They have them at Aria. Now this was nice. These were shrimps, pan fried in a very, very thick sauce, and they were delicious, I must admit. But you know, then you have Dungeness crab legs, again just brought out for dinner. And you've got the frantic feeling that they're all gone, you know. It's really funny. I observe people and they think that they're going to go in 5 minutes, but they will be replenished. This is not me, you're not seeing me, so don't criticize, okay? Then you've got seafood paella arancini. Do you know what arancini is? Okay, pork. Arancini is an Italian dish. You've got rice and then made into a ball and then pan fried. It can be a delicious dish, I'll let you know. I haven't tried these particular new things that they have come out, they have just brought out for dinner yet. So I will try and let you know. But still, you may be thinking, oh my God, this is the best place ever. If you've just come from home, wherever home is, of course this is gonna be blowing your mind. But I have been here almost 2 weeks now. I've eaten in many, many different places for many, many different prices. And as I said, and I stick to what I said, this is the worst value buffet that I have eaten at. But, you know, again, will you be eating at all the buffets? The quality, it's not that much better than definitely not better than the best buffets, definitely not better. I'm coming back to my seat because what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try those 2 dishes that I showed you, those 2 or 3 dishes that I showed you. I'm going to try them, I'm going to put them on my very small table, and I'm going to then tell you if they are really up to par with the idea of gourmet, okay? Don't go anywhere. Now I'm going to try these dishes and I'm going to let you know what they're like. I think I forgot to tell you that one thing that I thought was good about this buffet, I'm hard pressed, is actually their check-in, I suppose, procedure, which is you actually pay and then you join the waiting line. This facilitates your ability to pay brunch prices and enjoy dinner, because it's back to back. Brunch ends at 3 and dinner starts at 3. So what they do in many buffets, you have to pay and line up at the same time, roughly speaking. And it happened to us at Aria, actually. We just couldn't make it. There was such a long lineup. I mean, having said that, it was the day after Christmas, so it was a particularly busy day. It's not always like this at all. And if you are purling up, you don't line up, so that's a good thing. But, you know, so you may end up lining up at some buffets and just not make it for lunch, and then you have to pay dinner prices. This is not going to happen here because they have 2 different lines. So that's the positive side. Now let me try these dishes before they kick me out after an hour and a half, and I'll tell you what they're about. I'm struggling because I have very little healthy stuff. Everything, you know, the juice was, to me, far too sweet. I believe there was sugar added. So really, I had nothing really healthy, and I'm suffering because of it. Anyway, let me try and let you know. Okay, so I'm trying not to gross you out. Let's see. This is cream spinach. Nothing special. I mean, really, nothing. The pork taco, again, nothing special. No flavor. The texture was fine. It looked good, right? Nothing special. This was salmon, but again, it was pretty tasteless. I've had better salmon. Oh, the best salmon I had was at Aria. They had a really mouth-watering salmon taco. But they also have fish and tuna tacos, depending on the day. This one was good, though. This arancini. I'm going to use my hands, okay? It's arancini. It's I don't know if you can see, it's so dark. But again, it's just really not expensive food. It's cheap food. It's nicely made, but it's cheap food. So that's it. I hope I've given you an idea of what this buffet is like. I mean, I don't know, when you book a Cosmo, you know, they say, oh, you know, no resort fee. Or at least my booking didn't have resort fee on top, but it was quite expensive to begin with. So it was about $120, I don't know. Which, you know, for Vegas on as a base price is quite expensive, right? Unless you go on really high-end, high traffic times. But yes, okay, I'm not going to pay a resort fee, fair enough. And what I do like about this place, I really do like their gym, 24-hour. They have a small 24-hour gym and a bigger gym. That is nice, the amenities are good. But the buffet, let's stick to the buffet, definitely not worth the price. Not even slightly. If it wasn't because I had to review it, I would have probably eaten a bite, and the moment they told me I had to pay for carbonated water or this and the other, I would have just left. I would ask for my money back. But I wanted to review it for you guys because I hadn't been here in a bit, and I think it's worse than before, or maybe the same, except for the price that's become more. Okay, so I have a list of top buffets in Vegas, including the affordable ones. So check us out on top-buffet.com. You can ask me questions there, and there is a link to hours and prices. I mean, on this video you will find a link, and if you click it, you will find hours and prices of this buffet. And then you can make up your mind. I would go to Aria any time of the day. It's not that far, it might be worth it. Well, it's definitely worth it. I mean, I would go to Aria any time of the day rather than eating here. But if you have free buffets, if your booking includes free entries, or if you've gambled a lot here and none of you got your free buffets, then of course by all means. But if you have to pay the price, full price, I wouldn't come here at all. But of course the choice is yours. And if you want to try all the buffets, try this one as well. In terms of ingredients, I thought that they weren't so bad, the ingredients. I didn't have the feeling that the worst possible oils were used. You know, usually when my stomach hurts, I get that. My stomach is a good... You can tell when you've had just bad oils. And I've been at a couple of buffets, their oils were just appalling. This one, at least in that respect, it's decent enough. I've had better, believe you me. I really despise the drinks section. I mean, what's available is poor, and you have to fight to get drinks, really, and I don't like that at all. And I'll be asking for some sort of drink that it's not sugary. Okay. Well, you see, it's a lot less busy now, isn't it? If you think about it, because it's laid out in a way that it looks busier than it actually is. Yeah, you know, I'd almost go to Win for this price, you know, base price. But anyway, check me out on top-buffet.com. I think about it, I write, I go through all my notes, which are very thorough, and then I'll hopefully give you a guide depending on what you like the most in a buffet. Say best seafood, best meat, best vegetable buffet, vegetarian, best healthy options, best coffee, best drinks, best alcohol-free. This is not it. Go to Mirage if you want alcohol-free, because they do have free alcohol for a lower price than this. It's well worth the walk. I wouldn't stay here. They'd have to drag me, and there would be no wild horse dragging me here. I'm that convinced about what I'm saying. I'm usually a lot more diplomatic, but this time, enough is enough, I think, you know. I'm thinking of you and your wallet. You can get better options. Okay, guys, see you on top-buffet.com. I hope this has been of use. Bye-bye. All right, I wanted to add, I was rescued by a wonderful male server. I say male, female, because I didn't get their names. And wait, this lovely male server rescued me and brought me something else to drink. Because as you know, although I drank these, they're just far too sugary for me. But one thing I liked, so okay, I wanted to tell you, the water is filtered tap water. Tasted like filtered tap water. So that's good, but nothing sparkling, no soda, you know. No sparkling soda water. At least I was told you have to pay for it, for sparkling water of any kind. But what I thought was nice is the ability to have fruit which you peel yourself. Maybe a little inconvenient, but you just get a sense of freshness that maybe you don't get if it is cut. But it's still the worst value buffet in Vegas that I can think of right now. And some of you will say I'm being unfair, but I don't think so. I'm pretty convinced of it. When you don't have self-serve stations, which I believe these days are essential, unless you really have a very stuffed dining area with a lot of personnel, then you can't do that these days. You have to have self-serve drinks. I mean, look at here. Even here you could have probably done it right next to me. But there are lots of areas where I think you could have had a self-serve drink. And it would completely improve this experience. I have the experience today that I have been ripped off. And you know, when I come to Vegas, I spend money, I don't think about it. But I like to feel that I pampered myself in one way or the other. But today I feel like I've been ripped off. You have to beg for the drinks, you're waiting forever. And the drinks, some of them you have to pay for. Really terrible. I mean, really terrible. I still, please, I'm asking you, please tell me, why do you eat here? Why? If you have been, say, at Aria, and if you have been at Mirage, and if you have been even at Bellagio, but I'm talking about Mirage and Aria. Aria, that you still have to ask for drinks, which is annoying, but they're a lot faster. And Mirage, you've got free alcohol and self-serve drinks, and Treasure Island, you got the best coffee self-serve areas. I mean, I really want you to tell me why you come here. Enlighten me, because I really don't get it, guys. Okay. If I have anything else to add, I'll add at the end of this video. Okay. For now, bye bye.